Welcome to Fantasy Baseball, Baseball, Baseball. It's time to talk about DraftMasters. Along with me is Steve Romano. Hey, Steve.
How's it going, Dan?
It's going good because we are going to talk about baseball, my favorite thing. That's all I really think about all day long. So for, 3 or 4 months of the year, I'm not really thinking. So but right now I'm thinking because baseball season is in full swing and it's my favorite fantasy roto league that I'm in. Draft Masters, 19 years in the running, and we have some exciting play this past week. Let's go right to the standings, Steve.
Let's go there. I like it. We've had some
Seven,
moves.
the moves were interesting, and last week we talked. I was like, Baseball Furies is at 77 points. I don't think they'll be there all year. They'll come down. Well, they're at 78.5 points now.
Zach's team's playing good. His batting, pitching, both looking strong at the moment. And yeah, he's been in first for maybe like 2 straight weeks, 2.5 straight weeks.
Yeah, he's been at first, and by a lot the last couple of weeks. And I just want to say he's really. We're not going to get on the numbers, but he's really ahead in like homers, ribbies, and runs. And I had a couple
Yeah.
days this past week where I had Schwarber and Harper, so I had like some crazy homer and ribby days, right? Like I'm like,
Yep.
yeah. But being in second place and so far behind Zach, it didn't really matter. I've got the good average, and I'll take all the run production and go ahead of the third people in third place. But yeah, he's way ahead. So his 42 pitching batting points is pretty impressive, and 36 and a half pitching points in first place. Second place, way back there, 10 points back, Seatown, 68.5 points.
2, 3, and 4, and 5, but especially 2, 3, 4 have done a lot of jockeying the past 4 or 5 days.
Oh, absolutely. And absolutely. And we're part of the next two. I'm only half game behind Seatown. The third place is 68 points, and you have 66 points in fourth place. So really has been a lot of jockeying. Seatown was down in fifth or sixth a couple weeks ago. So big rise the last few weeks. 36 batting points, 32 and a half pitching points. I have 34 batting points and 34 pitching points. I would say that's good, but Zach has 36 and a half pitching points and 42 batting points. You have 27
Yeah.
batting points and 39 pitching points. You have the most pitching points.
My pitching has actually taken a bit of a hit lately too. I've been not starting all my starters because I've been keeping an eye on matchups, and some of them have been kind of weak lately. And then so I've kind of got caught on wins, and also I was getting some randomly unpredictable wins from my bullpen that you just can't count on, but that's kind of tailed off. So I've lost some there, but my hitting is kind of still progressing upward,
Yep.
and there's a few categories like average and stolen bases and you know ribbies and homers. Yeah, I think I can still gain some points.
Absolutely. We have more than half the season left. Anything can happen. But you have the most pitching points. Second most pitching points is Highland Park Crushers with 38 and a half, just a half point behind you, and 24 batting points. So they're only 2 points behind you. I'm so sorry. They're three and a half points behind you in fifth place.
Yep. And let's not forget when Garrett's team was healthy and Aaron Judge was rolling and Ellie De La Cruz was rolling. Um, like remember one time he had like 44 hitting points or something. It was way up there. And now he's got 24. So when Garrett was in first place, granted that was probably 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. Um, but his offense was a juggernaut at the time, right? Wasn't it? Yeah, it
Yes, it
was.
was. Absolutely. He wasn't.
I think
Zach
it
has been
was.
way ahead, but Garrett was having better, absolutely, batting points than he has. He lost Judge and De La Cruz. De La Cruz is coming back soon. He also lost O'Neill Cruz. So think about it. He lost Judge, De La Cruz, and O'Neill Cruz, three big hitters.
Yeah. But now he's making all, and we'll talk about it, but he's trading pitching for hitting, and
Yes.
We'll see. We'll
We had a couple
see.
trades this week, so we will talk about that soon. So behind Highland Park is a team also, still within a stone's throw and was up in like second or third place just days ago, I think. Eighth with 56 points in sixth place.
Yeah. I mean, Rick, remember he had a strong day that we talked about last week where
Yeah,
he
eight and a half
gained
points.
8.5 points in like a day,
Yeah,
right? Was it
yeah.
a day? I mean, it was pretty crazy.
And
But
yeah,
that has kind of slid back down a bit.
yeah, only 22 and a half back, but 26 batting points and 30 pitching points for Abe. Then the Sluggers, listen, the Sluggers are 47 points in seventh place, 30 batting points. So really a pretty good offense if you think about, right? In the running, right? Right
Yeah.
there. Right below second, third place, but 13 what? No, I'm sorry, 17 pitching points. 17.
Yes. Now, when we get to though, he did just make a trade and he acquired three starters. So I
Wow, I
think
love it. I love it. So we see why he did that. We'll get into it. 17 pitching points, and we're talking about Highland Park had only 24 batting points. They made a big trade to give each other the needs. I like that. I like when trades are even and people are giving each other what they need. Behind Sluggers then is Baldy at 44 points, Tommy Beesball at 43 and a half points, who also made a big trade, and then Big Al's long balls with 16 points. Big Al has actually come up, to be honest with you, eight batting points and eight pitching points. So, way down in 10th, but still has risen, made some moves, playing better.
definitely playing better. He's got some guys. I mean, Juan Soto is on a tear. Like he's Juan Soto basically. He's operating at full power. I mean, his stats over the last 7, 14, 21 days are excellent. He's a top 5 player. And as someone who's a $50 player, I mean, I've said this in past podcasts and past weeks. I would think if you're the last place team with a $50 player who's playing like a top 5 player, that's you got to be shopping him. You've got to be targeting great young players for next year to rebuild your keeper foundation, and that guy should be on the trade block.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we then had a couple trades we should talk about before we go in. I guess we can just go in order. Should we just go in order? We'll go through any. We're not going to go through all the pickups. Anything that jumps out at us. How about that? Transaction wise, we'll start on Tuesday, the 9th, or we'll start here on Wednesday, the 10th. You picked up Braden Montgomery
Not
for
the
two.
10th, it was like the 16th, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went too far back, didn't I? 16th. I went 2 weeks
Yeah.
back. That's hilarious. The 16th. Thank you, sir. Tuesday, the 16th. I picked up Alvarado and dropped Urseg looking for some saves, but I think I've already dropped Alvarado. Sengo is Mr. looking for a starter, right? We love that. He's looking for starters.
Yeah. Mike just constantly, like rotating starters, streaming
Yes.
starters.
He's streaming starters.
Grab Senga.
Senga, I don't think he's been pitching well, so I don't think that worked out well for him. Um,
No.
I want to bring up Cooper Pratt
He-
was picked up for $3.
Yep. Cooper Pratt, a minor league guy that the Brewers signed to a big deal
7 years,
before
I
he
think.
even made it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Before he made his first appearance. So he'll get some runway. He dropped Michael King, though. King's been
yeah,
dropped a couple times.
yeah. A relief pitcher, obviously track record good. I'm not really sure how Michael King is pitching this year. With a quick look, I see that Michael King is a 3.60 ERA and 1.19 WHIP. So 4 and 6, six
Yeah.
quality starts. Okay, not bad. Definitely someone to consider. I'm gonna bring up this guy. You wouldn't think it's a big thing, but this Samad Taylor for the Brewers, and I dropped Chase DeLauder, who played well in the early season, but
San
then
Diego.
Samad Taylor from San Diego, sorry, and then DeLauder from the Guardians, who I dropped. Samad Taylor's been playing well. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 game hitting streak.
Yeah, he's been good since he's been getting the at bats for sure. He's someone that you should have. in a league with this many roster spots, yeah, you got to be putting him in there every day
Right,
for
and he's
whatever
been
that
batting
fantasy
first or
says.
second, so that's great. I don't think he reached his stolen base potential yet. Then moving forward, nothing really jumps out at me. Anything jump out at you?
No, I mean Rick picking up Jose Ferrer, the setup guy for the Mariners, is pretty solid. He's
Yes.
the guy that the Mariners traded for from the Nationals when they gave up their prized catching prospect Henry Ford. And so far, that turned out to be awesome because I saw a thing a week or so ago. Henry Ford at AAA for Washington is having a terrible season. So,
When Calzer was dropped,
uh,
Calzer has a bat. This is a kind of neat pickup for me because fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Fool me three times. I'm an idiot. I picked up Kyle Bradish again.
yeah,
I've dropped him and I
I
picked
saw
him
that.
up and dropped him and picked him up and dropped him. Third time, and he had a great start. I mean, nobody had in his last start, but his last start, he 7.2 innings, 12 Ks, 1 run.
Yeah,
I mean, he pitched so good
yeah,
his
no,
last start.
it was up here in Seattle against the Mariners. This is a pitcher's ballpark. The
Yes.
Mariners have one of the lowest team batting averages in
And
the
they have some
sport.
injured players, some of their better offensive players.
Yeah, on that day, yeah, Naylor didn't play and
Arizarena.
Arozarena didn't play.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
but
but
still, he
it's
he
still a
looked
major league
amazing.
team. He looked great. Yeah. So I picked him up for $1. He pitches today. I'm scared to start him. I haven't even put him in the starting lineup yet. I don't know what to do. It's like I picked up this guy who's coming off a great game. I'm like, I don't know what is that. Why did I pick him up then? So it's very confusing. And I also picked up Luis Lara. I bring him up because he's a high chip prospect for Milwaukee.
He's another guy that they signed to a deal just recently. Cooper Pratt, they signed to a deal before the season. This guy, they just signed to a deal like a couple of weeks ago. So they've got like two or three prospects that are already under contract for like 7 years.
Yeah, and it's really cool that they do that. These are guys they really believe in, and he's playing great right now. 338, 18 stolen bases, 7 home runs. So he plays really good defense. I've heard in the outfield, so he could be coming up. I'm hoping. Um, I'm gonna bring up that Zach
Well,
picked up River Ryan just because of his name, and, and dropped up Charlie Condon, both minor leaguers.
yeah. And he grabbed Joe Mack, the catcher from the Marlins,
Joe
who's been getting
Mack.
at bats.
I mean, if I was a coach, I would go Joe Mack. I mean, I would say his name like that, Steve. He would hate me. I'm like, jump back. Uh, so Manny Machado was then traded by the Stony Scrappers along with Cole Carrig for Luis Arias and Jake Junis. This is a surprising trade to probably most because of the names involved. But you and I talked a little beforehand. Manny Machado is batting 179. His power number is decent, like 13 or so. Ribbies are decent. But the 179 is killing me. I felt I could cover the home runs and ribbies. I wasn't even starting him at the end in the positions of corner or third and utility. And I traded him to Tommy, who I looked at his team and saw he needed a third baseman or could use one possibly. And Manny Machado could have an excellent second half. We've seen him play for years now. And I included Cole Carrig, kind of a blue chip prospect for the Rockies. And I got a guy hitting 320 and a relief pitcher who is throwing really well right now. Junis has, 5 saves and 8 holds and a 197 ERA and a 091 whip. So I'm like, I'll take Jake Junis. He's throwing really well.
Yeah, I mean, not to throw shade at anyone who may or not be listening, but this is how you make a trade offer, right? Like, you looked at the team that you're like, and you're like, oh, this guy could use help at the position that I have, right? Third base, corner infield, utility, whatever. And the guy he lives in Denver and he follows the Rockies. He's a fan of the Rockies. So
So
you
I,
put together an offer that you're like fits his needs and his wants.
sure, a guy
And
he could use with a great upside, Manny Machado, and a blue chip prospect from Colorado.
Sure. And I mean, Manny Machado could hit 300 in the second half after the All-Star break. That's
Sure.
easily on the table. Easily on the table. But he doesn't even have to be worth it. The guy, he's hitting 178. If he hits 250 in the second half, then you're not offering this trade if he's hitting 250. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not.
So
I'm not. You're exactly right. But and the thing is, if he hits, he's like I said, he has 13 homers, so he's on pace for 26 to 30. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Decent stat
yeah.
wise. Yeah.
So I mean, for Tom, he gets a guy who could be a huge boost down the stretch, and he gets a blue chip prospect for a team he follows for a replaceable relief pitcher and a great fucking batting average guy who doesn't do much else.
So
I mean,
it's a no-brainer for Tom, I think. One
yeah.
of the yeah, absolutely one of the reasons because I'm looking at the categories. I'm in second in three of the offensive categories behind Zach by a lot because he's just having an amazing offensive year. But in average, I'm last at 241.7, and then ahead of me is 246, 248, 249, 250. And I'm like, I got more than half a year. If Arias hits 320 the rest of the year, that's going to help my average.
That will definitely help your average for
Right.
sure.
And I'm losing a guy who I wasn't starting at the end, but he accumulated a 179 or lower for me average. So I thought I could trade the power away. It was a trade that maybe isn't fair in some ways because of the names involved, but I traded out of what I wanted stat wise and what I could give up stat wise and got something I wanted. So it was a trade that I think helped both teams.
And you got $5 in fab.
By the way, Jake Junis, you can say he's a throwaway, but he's pitching great this year. So to me, it's like getting Junis was like, okay, I need to
I'm
have
not
seven relievers. I know what you meant. I know what
I'm
you
not
meant.
saying
He's a rotating
yeah,
reliever. Yeah, absolutely.
definitely not a throwaway. But I
No, he's
mean,
pitching great.
if you're active playing the waiver wire, that is a replaceable thing to do.
Absolutely. I was glad to get him though because I need 6 or 7. But I thought it was a good trade for Tommy. I got $5 also, even trade in my mind. But name wise, I traded a guy who I paid $39 for Arias, who I think Tommy. I don't know what he spit on him, $7 or something. I'll
Hey,
have to go.
I'm looking up on fantasy wise for you Machado. When you had him in your lineup, you had him in your lineup for 51 games.
Right.
He hit 179 for you in those 51 games.
Oh my God. See, I'd rather have the 320 and Arias. All right, listen. He's going to hit 300. His like low average was 291 the other year. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that was a bad year for him. And he's got 40 runs. That's nothing to sneeze at, right? 6 stolen bases to boot. By the way, Tommy got him for $0 in the snake draft.
Luis is $0. And I just clicked on his thing. Tom has had him in his lineup for 55 games.
Yeah,
And in those 55 games, he hit 320.
right. 320. And he has 40 runs and
Yeah.
30 ribbies, which, isn't horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty decent. 6 stolen bases. So, listen, I traded a $39 guy for a $0 guy. So, obviously, it sounds like I'm crazy, but I did it. And that's where I'm happy about it. And I'm hoping he plays like he has been. We'll see if it pans out for me. But that was a big trade. It wasn't the only big trade this week, though, Steve. There was another big trade on the horizon.
There's one still out there
There's one still out there.
pending.
Yep. No big moves. Arenado was dropped by Tommy because he's like, I got Machado now. Um, I like Gade's jump. He's got some upside for Seatown. Picked him up on Sunday. Blaze Alexander. I'll just bring him up because I like his name. Was picked up by the Furies. And then there's a
All
trade
right.
pending.
And on this trade pending, which we kind of mentioned, right? Hunter and Garrett, both for needs, right? Like
I,
it's one strong in hitting, one strong in pitching. They're making a swap. That's the way it should work, right?
I think so. I actually like this trade a lot.
I mean, so Garrett offers it, correct? Yeah, Garrett
Yes.
offers it. And
Yes.
these offers Paul Goldschmidt, Jose Soriano, the starting pitcher from the Angels, Foster Griffin, the starting pitcher for the Nationals, and Jacob DeGrom for Caballero and Pete Alonso. And it kind of does look pretty fair, right?
Well, if you're a team trading for pitching to try to get some hitting, it really does.
I mean, Alonso has been great. He's ranked 35. He's hitting 249. I didn't know
That's
it was that high. He's been,
that's good for him.
yeah, I mean, 249, 18 homers, 52 RBIs. So the guy's on pace for like basically 100 runs, 100 RBIs, 36
35, 30
homers.
homers. Yeah, more.
Yeah, you know, and Garrett needs the offense. He also gets the Yankee multi-position guy. Caballero ranked 101, 16 stolen bases. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like what Garrett did there. Now, I don't know if he needed to give up three starting pitchers to get that done, but I guess, right? I mean, Soriano 79, Griffin 92, DeGrom 84. Traded three starting pitchers, all ranked all in the top 100.
Wow.
A lot of firepower from your rotation.
That is a lot of firepower from your rotation. He's got Schlittler left at 6, and that's it when it comes to starter. Hunter Green coming off the IL soon, but he just definitely traded his second, third, and fourth best starters.
What? Who's this? What starters does he have? He's got to
Well,
have more
he has
than Schlittler.
Ashcroft. Who has left is Schlittler and Ashcroft in the top 100. Ashcraft, sorry, from Pittsburgh. So
All
those are
right.
his top
And
two. Then he has Ashby and Rodon, and that's it left after the trade.
he's in the middle of the pack in innings, Garrett. He's at 645.
So he's going to need a starter.
I'm, I mean, it kind of seems like he will.
Well, right now, he's got 3 left. Ashby, by the way, is, doing okay, to say the least, with 10 wins, ranked 120. So he still has 3 players ranked 120 or below, 120, 81, and 6. So 3 good starters still. I mean, that's 3 good starters still. But then after that, he's got Rodon and then, guys on the IL. He does have, the amazing Mason Miller coming out of the bullpen. So that helps a little pitching stat wise because he's so dominating. But it seems to me he's going to need a starter.
He's on pace for 1362 in innings, 1362.
Well,
So he does, he has a few weeks to figure it out.
yeah, he has 4 starters still
All
without
right. So
anyone
yeah,
coming off the IL.
he's probably got, I'd, I mean, fuck, right? Yeah, 3 weeks, 4 weeks tops. He needs to figure that out and decide if he needs another starter, or he might fall behind in innings and not be able to get to 1300.
So, Steve, here's one of the interesting things um, that I want to bring up. So that was a good trade, I think, for both teams. And I don't know if he need to give up 3 starters. And analyzing it, it sounds like he needs another starter. But well done for both of them. You know what Garrett needed?
Yeah,
He
great.
needed some batting points, and you know what Hunter needed? Some pitching points.
Yeah,
So it was a good
Hunter came
trade.
out great.
I think so. I
Hunter
think it's a
came out
good trade.
great on it.
I think it's a good trade for both. I really do.
Oh, it's absolutely a good trade for both. I like it all the way around. The only thing I would question is if Garrett needed to give 3 starters away.
Absolutely, absolutely. But here's an interesting thing. I have a roster warning. You have one ineligible player on IL. And this is one of those things on the app or on your team page that freaks people out sometimes. Now, I can play with that roster warning.
Yes, I've got one today too.
You have one ineligible player on IL. So that's okay. I thought I'd bring it up because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I got worried for a second. but it's okay. It's just IL. So those were
The
the
only thing
yes,
that the only thing that causes is you can't make a pickup while
right,
that's happening.
right. I would have to make a corresponding move to make sure to put them on the roster and drop someone else, and then have exactly.
Yep.
So I can't make any moves, but that will not give me an illegal lineup. So a couple things real quick. I got $5 in fob, and so which makes me not the lowest amount. Now the lowest amount is $36 left. Seatown, me and you have $39 left each, and then Baseball Furies with
Yeah.
$43 left, and then Highland Park and Baldy with $47 left. So those are the teams less than $50 left on the season. So really interesting trades, really interesting standings, couple interesting pickups. What do you say, Steve? We break down the team we do every week on the Weekly Breakdown. And whose team would you like to break down this week, Steve?
Well, I don't think there's only a few left to do. Let's do Tom's, right? We haven't done Tom's.
We have not done Tommy Baseball. We just made an interesting trade. Now, first of all, when you look at Tom's team, the thing that stands out to me, I mean, he's got a couple, really good players, like top 40 players. He's got some good players overall, but I tell you, every time I see Hunter Goodman's name, I think, couldn't Rick have kept him for $5?
Yeah. I mean, of all the things, I mean, and we harped on him. We've all gave it to him. We gave it to him at the draft. We've needled him in the thread, and he sticks to his guns of why he did it and who he wouldn't have kept or who he would have had to let go. And I get it, but I mean, what, he was like a top 60 player last year for a $5 catcher keeper, and now he's ranked 39.
Yeah, he's good. 21 homers, 39 ribbies, 46 runs. He's batting 243 with 5 stolen bases. Maybe the 243 average he could pick on. But another thing is this guy plays like all the time. He's like Salvi Perez. He's going to play 150 some games probably.
Yeah, I mean, and if your catcher gives you 40 and 10, yeah, for $5, yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's really good. So, the beneficiary of that was Tommy Baseball, who got him for only $18, which in hindsight seems like a pretty good deal
Yeah,
at the
I mean, that's
draft.
a win, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And then,
go
yeah,
into his hey, let's
before
go.
before you go into the rankings, look who his other catcher is. Big dumper.
Well, his other catchers, yeah, Cal Raleigh, who hasn't lived up to expectations, but might be getting ready to get on a little bit of a heater. I know he had the strain. He got sent down on the IL, went on a rehab start, was fucking lights out at the rehab start, and he actually took one. He had one robbed over the fence over the weekend.
Yes, I saw
I
that.
forget, right? Like that was over the fence, and that guy reached over and grabbed it. So yeah, maybe he's getting ready to go on a heater.
I hope so.
Mariners would love it.
If he does, he has the best few catches in the league for sure. So let's go over the rankings like you were about to.
All right, so for his hitters, he's got C.J. Abrams, $26 at ranked number 5. C.J.
Wow.
fucking Abrams, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the
17
guy's on
homers,
pace for like
12 stolen bases,
30,
286.
35, 25.
Yeah,
I mean, good Lord.
35, 25, and he's batting 280. He's never batted 246, 245, 246, 257, 286 this year.
Yeah, and his OPS is 901.
Nice.
That's pretty amazing.
Shortstop.
So he's got Abrams at 5, Goodman at 39, Jonathan Aranda at 74.
Who's played well.
Right? Jonathan Aranda. Only $3 pickup.
51 ribbies.
51 RBI.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nuts.
275, 12 homers. He's playing great.
Fernando Tatis at 91, which is kind of impressive. How? Because he's had such a power shortage, right? He just hit his first 2 home runs over the past like 10 days, 2 weeks. He's only got 2 home runs.
Well, it's an interesting thing I wanted to bring up about the ranking system, and this is a perfect example. I wanted to touch on it. So he's a good example. So you're like, Tatis, Why is he ranked in the top 100? He's batting 285, but 2 homers, 32 runs, 26 ribbies. Those aren't that high. 32 runs, maybe okay. Um, but what it is, Steve,
I
he has
guess.
18 stolen bases.
Yeah.
And so he's in the top
18 stolen
five. I
bases.
think 26 is leading the league. A couple guys are tied, Nunez and Witt. So at 18 stolen bases. So my point is, I've always found the ranking system a little flawed. Like the ranking system makes him a higher ranked player than he deserves because he's so highly ranked in stolen bases. And his
Yeah.
285 average is nothing to sneeze at. That's nice. But 2 homers, 32 runs, 26 ribbies?
Those numbers are bad. The 285 average too, because there's just not a lot of high
Yes.
average hitters
Yes,
these
that's
days,
what makes him
right?
a top 100 player. But to me, that's why the ranking system in CBS or Yahoo or anywhere is kind of imperfect. He's not a top 100 player in my mind.
Yeah, I'd have to go and look around at the players all around him. Just because, yeah, if you're like, oh, well, sure, let's just say he had 10 home runs and 40 runs and 30, 30. I mean, it doesn't take much to get him to a position where you're like, oh, well, that guy's a top 50 player. He's really not that far away from those numbers, right? I mean,
Yes.
you have to have him to be ranked there,
Okay,
but it's
but
not
hey,
like
how about
it's
this? We got an example right next to him. Lyle. Lyle's ranked 97. Okay, so he's
yep,
batting 252, a little lower average, but the 8 homers is 4 times as much. He's got 10 more runs, 42 to 32, and 11 more ribbies, 37 to 26. But of course, Tatis has 18 stolen bases, but Lyle's got 7, nothing to sneeze at. So my question is, which one would you rather have, Tatis or Lyle?
yeah,
I'd rather have Lyle.
yeah. I mean, I guess you're right. Not thinking of the names
Nothing
and
of
the
the names or
pedigree.
what's going to outgo. Because if you're going by what's going on, Lyle's going to have 20 some more runs and 20 some more RBIs and a
Right.
lot more homers.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So that's why I think the ranking
Regardless,
system is a little off.
Tatis at $41 though. You're hoping to get a top 10 player out of that
Well,
for
now he's got a
$41.
$41 underachieving player, but he's a top 100, and Manny Machado, a $39. So he's got both the pod. He's hoping for the Padres to play well, Tommy is.
So we got the Abrams at 5, Goodman at 39, Aranda at 74, Tatis at 91, Dalen Lyle at 97. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 hitters in the top 100.
Yeah,
Wilyer
Abreu's close.
Abreu
It's a
at
106.
106, Spencer Steer at 115, Caglione at 119, Joe Adell at 123. So those are, I mean, he's got, there's 4 more guys just outside the top 100 that, they're good complementary guys. But if you're counting on them, well, then, yeah, you're going to be lower in the standings. Though Caglione is picking things up, he could rise quick. I mean, he could be like ranked 80 in the 80s, like in a week or two, like week and a half, if he keeps
Right.
playing this way.
Yeah,
I mean, Adele, yeah. Cody Clemens, he's been on a heater, ranked 149. Seiya Suzuki at 157. He's so streaky. There's a couple of weeks where he seems like he's going to come in and, be the cavalry. And then there's another couple of weeks where you almost want to cut him.
yeah, he's up and down. I have a question about Caglione. Didn't I draft him for more than $1?
Yeah, I think, but in this system, it only tells you what the last move was.
Right. So he picked him up for $1. That's why I was just making sure. So the system doesn't keep
Yeah.
the salary he was drafted at. Gotcha.
No, you'd have to go look and through our
But
own
but like you're
things.
saying, he's got a lot of guys like Cal can start playing well. Clemens he picked up at 149 has been playing really well. Suarez can start playing better than he was. Kerrig's a blue chip guy who could start playing good for Colorado. Emerson could start coming on, steers up and down. Royce Lewis just came off the IL. So, I mean, he's got some guys with some upside who could play well.
Oh, yeah. There's actually a lot of potential on that roster to have a strong second half. Yeah,
But
easily.
when you do,
Tatis, Abreu, Caglione, Steer, Clemens, Suzuki, Machado, Eugenio Suarez, Cal Raleigh. He's got Stanton and Roman Anthony on the IL. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
absolutely. But then you go to his pitching, and he's a little light on pitching. He's got Yamamoto, though, ranked 27.
He's got Yamamoto, who's definitely one of the best pitchers in the league these days. I think that's a definitive, right? Is he
Oh,
top
yeah.
5? Top
He's
10 for sure.
he's fun to watch, just to let you know.
He's great. K per 9 is 8.44, so
Eh,
you would not horrible, but you would like your best starting pitcher to have a K per 9 above 9, right?
yeah, but I'll
You
take
would.
8 if he's giving me those stats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. The whip is 0.87. That's phenomenal.
crazy. He's good.
And he's pitching for the Dodgers, so kind of shocking. He's 14 starts. He's got 7 wins. So, you would think maybe he'd have a few more out of that.
Yeah, and interesting enough,
Guy,
his next pitch, Davis Martin, his next ranked player, has
yep,
9 wins and 15 starts.
Davis Martin ranked 71,
Pitching
right?
great, really.
And
Yeah, man.
then,
10 quality starts in
oh,
15 games. Think of, just to let you know, 10 of his 15 starts have been quality.
yeah, the whip at 1.20, a
A
little
little high.
high, but nothing awful.
Pitching great, though,
For
really. I
this
mean, he's out
league,
of
it's a
nowhere.
little
Think
high.
about it. Out of nowhere, really.
Yep. Oh, that's a straight up win. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great pickup. That's one of the pickups of the year so far. It would definitely be in the top 10 pickups of the year.
absolutely.
Um, Johan Duran, because that's it though. Now we're out of the 100. He's got Yamamoto at 27, Davis Martin at 71. Then we're out of the top 100, and you got to go down to 134 to get to the relief pitcher Duran for the Phillies, who's awesome. He is awesome. He's
He's
got
good.
18 saves, and his K per 9 is 14.03.
I
That
can't
is
even tell
sick.
you how happy I was when the Phillies traded for him last
That
year.
guy is lights out. Yeah. Oh, I
Lights
remember.
out.
Yeah. Then he's got, so that was 134. Then he's got Arrighetti at 139 as a starter. Nolan McLean underachieving
Well, he
at
started out
143.
hotter. He was a top 100 pitcher for the first 2 months of the year, but he's got a little cold.
And
McLean.
actually, that would be, here's the thing, like you were saying with rankings, wins are incredibly overrated in rankings for this, right?
Absolutely.
Because you look at him and you're like, oh, okay, he's got a 3.67 ERA, a 1.09 whip. He's averaging 10.48 K per 9. He's, 83 innings, 97 strikeouts in 83 innings, 15 starts, but he's only got 4 wins because the
Yeah.
Mets have just been stinky.
Yeah,
You
they've
know?
been stinky. And, just looking at his game log real quick, Steve, he has not had but 2 games over 3 runs. But those 2 games were 3 innings and 5 innings, giving up 7 runs and 6 runs. So to be honest with you, he's really only had 2 bad games. They were back to back. But boy, they were not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And if the Mets could just give him some run support,
Yeah, they
he'd
stink.
probably be ranked in the top. He'd be ranked like in the top 80 or 90 himself with just like another couple of random wins.
I have a good comedian friend. We talk baseball sometimes. He's a Met fan. He's just given up on them. They're just bad.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It is.
Robert Suarez, the relief pitcher for the Braves, is pretty phenomenal.
Look at his relievers: Suarez, Duran, and Chapman.
Yeah, excellent.
That's
And then,
excellent. I'd kill for that. I'd love to have those 3 guys.
Connolly early as the starter for Boston at 190. Dustin May, he picked up, said 253, but we know he's been coming on strong lately. He's got that prospect or fringy guy from the Braves, Fuentes.
He
Strider's on the
he
IL,
lost Strider. That was a big loss.
and then Gabe Spear, the relief pitcher for the Mariners. So yeah, you're right. I mean, the relief pitchers, right? Would you say Duran, Suarez, Chapman?
That's nice.
That's pretty good. But I mean, if I sort his team by Scholds,
Well, Tommy's fifth in
Duran,
Schultz. He's
Chapman, and
fifth in
Suarez.
Schultz.
Oh, okay. He's got Spear. Oh, and Fuentes, Didier Fuentes. Those are his guys. Duran, Chapman, Suarez, Gabe Spear, however you say it, and Didier Fuentes. Um, yeah, that could use a little upgrading. And I know for a fact, like I could go and upgrade a couple of those guys right now on the waiver wire.
Absolutely. But
Um,
I love his top three for sure.
and then if I'm going by the game started, just to see who he's got right. So early 15, May 15, these are on the season, not for him. McLean 15, Davis Martin 15, Yamamoto 14, Arrighetti 12, Strider 8 on the IL. Fuentes did one, that doesn't count. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 active starters on the team right now. And May was coming along, except for that shitty one where he just got blown
Yeah,
up.
he'll get back, I bet, on track.
And Connolly early, I mean, I really like his whip is high at 1.27, but he does have great stuff and a lot of pitches for his age. But he does tinker around the edges a bit much, and he puts guys on base.
Well, Tommy Baseball has 26 and a half pitching points, which is, a little lower than the leaders, but but it's respectable actually. Then 17 batting points. And as we just went over, he's got a lot of players who could wake up. Just traded for Manny Machado. Canglione is playing really well right lately. Other players we brought up. So that 17 batting points could start coming up for Tommy Baseball with a trade and the moves he's made after going over his roster. But he is respectable at 26 and a half points pitching.
Yeah, now that you say that, actually, I mean, I do think he has a bunch. Like I said, he's got a bunch of support hitters that you'd like to see a couple of them evolve into star players instead of role players. But I wouldn't guess he only had 17 hitting points. Like
Yeah.
that the roster of hitters that I are like ranked above 150, higher than 150, that looks better than 17 hitting points to me.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I think he'll start coming up, and especially with his trade he made, if Machado keeps his power production up. Listen, real quick before we get off, I love Tommy's team more than the standings do, so hopefully he'll start to rise. But I wanted to bring up one last thing before we end the podcast: the snake draft, because I got a guy. His name is Dylan Dingler, and he has 18 homers, 55 ribbies. He's batting 269, 40 runs. He's a catcher. I got him in the snake draft for nothing, and it made me think: is he the best guy taken in the snake draft?
I think I can see that right here, real
I
quick.
got my book in
Um,
front of me, and I'm looking at everybody: Cam Smith, Strider, Dingler, Ohapi. Wow, Dingler was taken right before Ohapi. Senga, McClanahan. I don't Grisham, DeLauder. I think Dingler at this point might be the best snake draft guy.
could
Yep.
be. I'd have to click around a little bit
I'm
more. I
I'm
mean,
looking
it's
at the list.
right
Berger,
here.
Vest, Maitan, Gallon, Castro, Gaddis, Clemens, Boyd. I mean Gill. I mean just nobody. Miller, Lee, Painter, Beater, Snell, B. Naylor, T.
Well,
Scott.
Dingler's the best hitter by far. The next closest one is Luis Ariz, and he's ranked 90.
Wow. So I was
And
just
was
thinking the
Dingler at
other day,
40?
he's ranked 40.
Dingler's at 40.
Because I was just thinking the other day
Yeah.
how happy, because I've always had good catchers. I just got lucky. I took him as a third catcher, not number one. And he's the fourth ranked best catcher behind Rice, Langoliers, Goodman, and then Dingler. Fifth is a guy I dropped, Hicks, who just went on the IL. Now, I don't feel good about that, Steve. You're thinking, does that make you happy, Dan? You dropped him. You should have kept him. Are you happy he went on the IL? No, I am not. No, I am not. But at the same time, I'm glad he's not getting numbers anymore that I wish I had.
Well, Dingler at 40, Luis Ariz at 90. Those are your top two reserve hitters.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, because I just went through, in the pitching category, the highest ranked $0 pitcher at 124 is Paul Sewald of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow. Having a pretty good year, actually.
He's got 18 saves.
Yeah. Yeah. He's having a pretty good year.
And 18 saves. His whip is 0.74, and he's averaging 10.16 K per nine. So,
wow.
Paul Sewald, there you go. There's your best reserve draft pitcher, Paul Sewald.
And the best reserve draft pitch hitter is Dingler. And just to let you know, if Rick picked Ohapi, the catcher from the Angels, right? He picked him right after Dingler because if he would have picked Dingler and not Ohapi, he could say, I didn't keep Goodman because I picked up Dingler. But he didn't. He was one pick away. I wonder if he was considering Dingler and I took him. You know what I'm saying? Or not. But the next pick was Ohapi. And in the standings, Goodman's 39 and Dingler's 40. So pretty interesting. The numbers go by. The catchers. I just love baseball. I could talk numbers all day long. I probably will with myself. I'm a Gemini. It's okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. I'm Dan O'Day. That's Steve Romano. Cheers.
Have a good one.